The liver's 9 enemies. Your liver filters everything that enters your body. Every meal, every pill, every drink. And most of the time it does this job silently, without complaint, for 80 years straight. But there's a whole category of diseases built specifically to break that silence. They're called hepatitis, which just means liver inflammation. And that single word covers 9 very different stories. Some come from viruses, some come from what you drink. One comes from your own immune system turning against you. Let's go through all of them. Hepatitis A start with the one caused by bad hygiene, not bad luck. Somewhere in the food chain, a kitchen, a market stall, a set of unwashed hands, the virus gets onto something you eat. Weeks later, out of nowhere, you're exhausted, nauseous, and then yellow around the eyes. Here's the twist though. This is the good hepatitis, if there is such a thing. Your body beats it, and once it's beaten, you're immune forever. No relapse, no chronic version. A vaccine has existed since the 90s, and where it's used widely, hepatitis A has nearly disappeared. It's the one outbreak you can trace back to a single bad meal. Hepatitis B. This one doesn't announce itself. You could carry hepatitis B for 30 years and feel completely normal, only for it to show up as a random abnormal result on a routine blood panel. It spreads through blood and bodily fluids, and globally, the most common route is a mother passing it to her baby during birth, often without either of them knowing. Some immune systems clear it, many don't, and the virus just stays, causing slow damage in the background for decades. The childhood vaccine, standard since the 80s and 90s in most countries, has cut new infections dramatically in younger generations. Hepatitis A is loud and temporary. Hepatitis B is quiet and can be permanent. Hepatitis C. For most of the last century, doctors had a disease with no name. They just called it hepatitis that isn't A or B. It wasn't formally identified until 1989. It travels through blood, old transfusions, shared needles, unsterilized medical tools. Like B, it usually becomes chronic, but here your immune system almost never wins on its own, which made it the #1 cause of liver transplants for decades. Then in 2014, everything changed. A new class of pills, direct-acting antivirals, started curing it outright, not managing symptoms, curing it in 2 to 3 months, over 95% of the time. It's one of the rare, true medical miracles of this century. The one problem, most people who have it have never been tested. Hepatitis D. Here's the strangest entry on this list, a virus that can't survive on its own. Hepatitis D needs hepatitis B already present in your body to even function. No B, no D, period. But if you do have B, D can hitch a ride and make the whole situation dramatically worse. Faster liver scarring, faster progression to failure, harder to treat. It's concentrated in specific pockets of the world, parts of the Mediterranean, Central Asia, West Africa, the Amazon. And because the hepatitis B vaccine automatically blocks D too, it's slowly being squeezed out of existence wherever B vaccination spreads. It's the only hepatitis that literally cannot exist without a different disease first. Hepatitis E, picture the same story as hepatitis A: contaminated water, poor sanitation, an acute illness that your body usually clears on its own. But transplant it mostly to South Asia and parts of Africa, where it's far more common. Undercooked pork and wild game can carry it too. The one thing that sets E apart and makes it genuinely dangerous is pregnancy. In the 3rd trimester, it can kill up to 1 in 5 women who catch it, for reasons medicine still hasn't fully explained. A vaccine exists, but it's really only available in 1 or 2 countries. This is the version where your location on a map matters more than almost anything else. Autoimmune hepatitis. No virus shows up on any test here. No contaminated food, no bad water, no drug to blame. Your immune system simply decides, for reasons science hasn't pinned down, that your own liver cells are the enemy. And it attacks them patiently for years. It skews heavily toward women and tends to appear either in young adulthood or later in life. Doctors diagnose it mostly by elimination. Rule out every virus, every toxin, and what's left, combined with certain antibodies, points inward. Treatment means calming down the immune system itself, which is a genuine trade-off since you still need that system to fight everything else. There's nothing external to avoid here. The body just turns against a part of itself. Alcoholic hepatitis. The liver absorbs years of heavy drinking without much protest. That's part of what makes it dangerous. It just keeps working, quietly compensating. Then, sometimes with almost no warning, it stops absorbing and starts failing. Inflammation, jaundice, a swollen abdomen, and in the worst cases, the liver shutting down entirely. Where that breaking point sits is different for every person. Genetics, body weight, sex, and nutrition all shift the line. Stop drinking early enough and it can reverse. Wait too long and severe cases carry a death rate near 40% in the very first month. Unlike the viral types, there's no infection here and no vaccine, just damage that built up silently until it couldn't anymore. Fatty liver disease. 50 years ago, this barely registered as a medical issue. Today, it's the most common liver disease in wealthy countries. Fat builds up inside liver cells, usually alongside obesity, insulin resistance, or type 2 diabetes, and for a long stretch, it causes zero symptoms. In some people, that fat eventually triggers real inflammation. The more dangerous stage, sometimes labeled NASH or MASH, depending on the year, which can slowly progress towards scarring and liver failure over years or decades. There's no virus, no alcohol, no misfiring immune system behind this one. It's purely metabolic. A modern food environment meeting bodies that never evolved to handle it. It stays invisible until, for some people, the damage is already substantial. Drug-induced hepatitis. Nearly everything you swallow eventually passes through your liver for processing, and almost all of the time, it handles the job without incident. Almost. Acetaminophen overdose is the single biggest cause of this type in wealthy countries. Push the dose high enough, and the liver simply can't neutralize its own byproducts fast enough, and cells start dying. Certain antibiotics, statins, tuberculosis medications, and even natural herbal supplements can trigger it too, sometimes based purely on dose, sometimes as a freak reaction in one person out of thousands for no predictable reason. What makes this category so unsettling is its sheer range. The liver doesn't get to choose what it processes. And sometimes the very thing you took to feel better is the thing that does the damage. So that's all 9. Viruses, alcohol, metabolism, even the body attacking itself, all filed under one word. If this helped you understand your own liver a little better, do me a favor. Hit like, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more videos like this one. See you in the next video.